Vila. The house is almost finished. We're spending a little bit of time outdoors today looking at the Cool Deck, a special finish for the concrete deck that surrounds the swimming pool. Inside, we'll learn the latest about Toto toilets and how to conserve water, and we're putting in the garage door, one of the most important features in keeping hurricane winds at bay. Stick around. Started this morning with Don Humphrey, concrete and spray decks, and that's what we're talking here, right, Don?
Yes, sir.
A Cool Deck application. What have you already sprayed on here?
Well, we've already taken a blower and broom, and we brushed the whole deck nice and clean.
Yep.
Since we just poured it 2 days ago, it's ready to go. And we sprayed a bonding agent, plus this material's got a bonding agent in it. So what it does is it actually makes it a lot safer for us, knowing it ain't going to chip back off later.
Gotcha.
We're actually guaranteeing
no callbacks.
work.
So this is a cement and polymer mix that you're spraying on.
Right.
And you'll be putting it, obviously, on all the flat surfaces around the pool, but you're also doing this cantilever.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a knockdown trowel finish is what they call it. We spray it on. As soon as we spray it on, the gloss leaves. As soon as the gloss leaves, he's going to take that piece of plastic.
Yeah.
And he's going to wipe it out real quick, and then when we start the deck, we're going to use a trowel, and we're going to wipe it down.
And they call it Cool Deck because it really is reflective, and it really does tend to stay pretty cool underfoot in the hot Florida sunshine. But anyway, let's watch you get started.
Okay, first thing is I'm going to turn it on, get the pattern going a little bit.
Yeah.
He's going to stand there so I don't spray walls or anything else.
All right.
And we're going to start coating this way in a circular motion.
So the second step is some real fast trowel work.
Yeah, you're knocking it down with the trowel now. Easy does it, Jason. Easy does it. I don't want it smeared no bigger than a 50-cent piece. Take your time, lightly. Cruise across it lightly. Some people like bigger spray. Some people like a littler spray.
But the finished thickness of it is just meant to be about
16th. A 16th, no more than that. Actually, what you're doing is you're giving yourself a stucco look, but not thick and hard, so it's not rough on your feet.
Right.
It's basically all it is. And I try to stay in front of him about 8 feet so it can go off and it gives him time.
All right, so everything has been troweled down flat, and we've taken a blower and cleaned everything off.
Prep the deck one more time and scratched everything off so there's no burrs on your deck.
Yeah.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to do this bullnose twice. So once I do the marshite in the pool, we don't have to get back in here and paint it one more time.
All right, so you'll put 2 coats. What kind of a finish is this?
It's an acrylic stain.
All right, yeah,
It's actually going to be
look at it.
The color of almost the color of your concrete.
Yeah, very nice. All right, go ahead, we'll watch.
All right. He'll start to roll and I'll start to paint. I'll get around here twice as fast as he will. Go for it, boss. You're going the wrong way, Jason. Go the other way. All right. Yep. You know me, I'm a southpaw. I always go this way. You just got to make sure when you put this on, you fill in every little cavity and every little hole, because you don't want to get back in here the next time to have to do it, because once there's marshite in here and you drip paint in the bottom of the pool,
yeah,
makes it a pain to clean it out.
Sure. Now tell me a little bit about what we've got going here, Don. This is
that's your deco drain, which is for your water, which comes off the pool and will drain right down into there, because you got a 1/4 inch per foot fall from this deck to that deco drain.
So you've pitched the concrete a 1/4 inch per foot, per running foot.
Yep.
So that would mean that from there to there it's 3 feet, so it'd be about 3/4 of an inch pitch.
Exactly.
Any water that splashes out of the pool, or kids or people getting out with wet feet, it's all going to collect here.
Exactly.
And then it runs off to the sides.
Both ends, right.
Yeah.
It'll run out both ends of this here deck.
Yeah, and that's important because from the point of view of keeping the pool clean,
the chemicals of any kind of dirt getting in here, that means they got to come in here and fix their water all the time.
Right.
So the object is to keep as much of this dirty water, even rainwater.
Even rainwater,
Even rainwater. You try to keep as much of that out, which you know that's kind of impossible to do.
Sure.
But the screens pretty much carry quite a bit of the water down the sides of them.
All right.
So it keeps a lot of it out. So we'll just fly through here and put 2 good coats on this real quick. He'll put 1 good coat on it, leave it set for 3 or 4 hours. You can walk on the deck, just don't put nothing on it that you can scratch it, like sliding a chair or a ladder or anything like that, because it's still pretty fresh.
So, Don, what kind of maintenance do you have to do on this kind of a finish?
Well, what I suggest is, you know, if you throw a party or you got a bunch of kids here, object is chlorine will dry like salt water and turn white. I would wash the deck down each time I was done out of the pool.
Just with a regular hose and water?
Just a regular hose of water would be just fine. Then later in time, you know, as the years go by, normally this deck should last you maybe 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay, 10 years for the deck. The color of the deck, it will fade like any other color. It's paint. I'd say every 3 to 5 years, you repaint it again.
You repaint it.
Repaint it again. But as far as the deck mix itself, it shouldn't come off the deck. As long as you don't land a pressure washer on it, anything to scratch it, it'll last forever.
That's a good tip. Don't use a pressure washer on it.
Don't use a pressure washer on it. No, water hose is all you need. And if you happen to get mold or mildew, a light form of bleach works just fine.
A mild bleach solution.
Mild bleach, it'll kill it.
All right, so this is oyster, a very good color choice. Is that it?
No, we're going to come back with a second coat after they put your screen cage up.
Okay.
If they scratch the deck or anything, get it dirty, I'll prep it out one more time. Sod will be all done, no sand will be blowing through.
Exactly.
Then we'll finish it off with your last coat.
All right.
And that'll be it.
Thanks, Don. It looks beautiful. Lenora Campos is with us. Hi, Lenora.
Hi, Bob.
Welcome
How are you?
back.
Thank you.
And you, of course, are from the Toto company.
That's correct.
Which is not a little dog.
No.
And it's one of the biggest manufacturers of plumbing products in the world, right?
That's correct.
Why is it called Toto?
It's an acronym. Originally, the company's name was Toyo Toki, which means Oriental Chinaware.
Oriental Chinaware.
Right.
And so, indeed, what we're talking about, and I can hear it, is China porcelain, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
This is our Nexus toilet, 2-piece Nexus toilet.
Give us a look there. Oh, yes. Yeah. So what you notice right away is that it's got kind of like a skirted surround at the bottom.
Isn't it beautiful? Yes, it's skirted for easy maintenance. Its design statement is part of our modern collection. It takes its cue from nature. It's designed to look like boulders or the outcroppings of natural spas.
Okay. And of course, we have an alcove that it's being located in, just like the old-fashioned water closets in Victorian houses.
Absolutely.
And it's not too tight in there, is it?
No, sir.
Good.
Working good. Very
Plumbers
nice
always
job.
have big hands. And so
Yes, we did.
So you're just connecting the tank to the...
Tightening the tank down to the bowl,
Okay.
and we're going to hook up the junction valve and tie the water lines in and install the seat.
All right. Now, the big thing that I think everybody's interested in terms of plumbing products is water conservation.
Right.
How has this been addressed with this product?
This is, of course, Toto manufactures only 1.6 gallons per flush toilet. So we manufacture only ultra-low flow toilets.
Mm-hmm.
The important point here is that whatever you put, the labeling, it depends on performance, and Toto toilets perform. That means that with 1.6 gallons, it will clear the bowl effectively. So there'll be no residual waste in the bowl.
How do they do that?
We use a G-Max flushing system, which is high head pressure in the tank to deliver rapid influx of water into the bowl that pulls the waste out, creates the siphon jet, pulls the waste out rapidly, and completely clears the bowl first time, every time.
Yeah, and also the finish is an important part of it,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. It's glazed all the way through the trapway.
So that there's doesn't stick.
No, absolutely not.
Great. All right, so Lenora, now that the plumber has finished with the water and that we've got the toilet wired, because it is electric.
Right.
Tell us about the washlet function.
This is the Toto's Washlet S300.
Can you actually show us how it works?
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a toilet with a remote control,
Right.
which is normally mounted on the wall, but
That's correct. Usually people mount it where you would traditionally put a toilet tissue dispenser.
right.
Post-toileting, then you would touch a button. Here you have the wireless remote. As you can see, it's very easy to understand.
Yeah.
There's a cleaning function. Once the cleaning function is completed, there's a dryer. So with the combination of the washer and dryer, there's no need for bath tissue. As you can see also, you control the temperature of the water. Easily read on this LED. Temperature of the seat, because there's a heated seat. And the temperature of the dryer. Everything is to your particular preferences. There's also an automatic catalytic deodorizer that uses activated oxygen to break the molecular bonds of odor, so there's no worry about after smell. The touch of a button, the wand washes itself.
Oh, there's a wand.
Extends. It delivers warm aerated water.
Now, we've put a plastic over there for this demonstration.
Absolutely. Let me do that again. Okay.
So it's really a hybrid between the bidet and the water closet.
That's correct.
You could kind of look at it that way.
Right. As you can see, it oscillates and it pulsates. So it gently cleanses the area, providing relaxation and
Right. And then it closes itself automatically.
with the touch of a button from this remote, the wand retracts. As you can see, it's washed itself again, so it's perpetually cleaning itself. It also has a built-in energy-saving mode. When you install it, it begins learning your patterns, and during periods of infrequent use, it powers down like a computer. So it saves energy, it saves water, and it saves trees.
Another thing I like about these Japanese toilets is that you can't slam the lid down.
Yes, it's a soft closed seat.
Right.
So there's no danger of hurting yourself or creating that unpleasant noise.
Is it true that these are incredibly popular in Japan, that they're very common?
Absolutely. Globally, Toto has sold 25 million washlets. In Japan, it has deeper popularity than the microwave oven. In the U.S., it's gaining popularity as people become familiar with it because it just makes sense.
Yeah,
It's a
it
product
makes a
that
lot of
makes
sense
a
from the
lot of
hygiene
sense.
perspective.
Right.
Well, thank you, Lenora.
Thank you, Bob.
It's very edifying. Okay, so that's Denver Miller over here making all the noise, and Ernie Hutto is with us from Hurricane Master Doors. Why is the garage door one of the weakest spots in the house when a hurricane comes?
Because it's the most vulnerable wide opening into the home, and if it's not protected properly, it can lead to much destruction in the home, and we found out throughout the years that by strengthening this opening here, we give the homeowner protection against the forces of nature.
Sure, and also against, the problem of a failing garage door very often is that it's kind of ripped to smithereens by the hurricane winds and scatters all over the place and cause damage to the neighbor's house.
And that's true. That's why we make our door out of a much heavier gauge steel, the 24 gauge steel.
Let's look at the door closely.
Yes, sir.
We can't see the panels yet, but everything is metal, right?
Everything is 24 gauge steel in the panels, and this is what's called a raised panel. We can also do it in flush, which is a
More contemporary look.
Yeah, more contemporary.
Right. And then the reinforcing is what I'm handling. Wow, that's heavy. These go integrated into each one of these panels?
Yes, sir, depending on what wind load we're trying to attain, but the main thing to strengthen this door is what we call, it's in here, and this is a patent that we own. It's called the Interforce, and what that does, it strengthens the top and the bottom panel so that you don't get rotation in there, which causes the door to open up gap and allow wind to blow in, and the door fails.
How many panels to this door?
There will be 4.
4, okay.
Yes.
And so, Denver, the installation of one of these things is a little bit of a complicated job, right?
It's got its, I mean, it's basically standard as far as each garage door has its own specs.
Yeah.
You just got to put them into the manufacturer specs.
Right, and they're heavier.
They're heavier.
Okay. Well, what's the first thing you got to do?
Install the bottom section, then we put it in the hole, make sure it's level,
Well, Ernie and I will back off while you guys start working on that. All right, so you've got 3 of these on here. How heavy is it? Oh, it's heavy. Now, why do you need 3? Do you need 3 on every single one of these panels?
No, you need 3 on the bottom because that's the weakest point of the door, and as you move up, you use less. You have 2 on the next section.
Yeah.
And 2 on the next. It's up till you get to the top, and then what gives it our strength is these inner force bars that fit in the top and bottom of each panel.
So
it gives it the strength so that we don't need all of the large bars that other doors need, and thereby giving more room inside the garage.
Yeah, so this is integrated right into the skin of the door.
Yes, sir.
And that's a cutaway of one of these things.
Yes, sir. And the way that this is made of a special type of spring steel, that all these curvatures give this more strength than just if it was flat out like the other.
Very impressive. All right, Denver, you want to go ahead and put it in place and we'll get out of the way? Or do you need a hand with it?
Nope, we got it.
You're used to it. What's the size of this door?
It's 16 by 7.
16 feet wide.
Yes.
So the first panel is simply laid down in place.
Yes.
So what about the track itself, where you're mounting it onto the wall?
Well, what we found out that in meeting our standards, we need 7 of these track brackets on the header.
So you get 7 points where it's fastened
Yes, sir.
to the house.
And a flag bracket.
Great.
Okay. And we're using this 14 gauge track, which is an industrial grade track, commercial grade, so that it gives the maximum strength to hold that door in so that the track doesn't rotate when the wind blows.
Great. All right, so next we can hook up the GDO, right? The garage door opener. All right, now do you need an extra heavy-duty garage door opener when you got a double door like this heavy?
No, the garage door's opener primary function is just to guide the door open. The torsion springs are what do all the work of the lifting.
So the torsion spring is the key, and then you just use one of these things, and it's terrific job. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Bob.
All right, thanks for coming on the show,
sir.
guys. And we're running out of time. Come home again next week. We'll be putting in the garden, a sustainable landscape with the right tree in the right place, and we'll show you all about the irrigation. That's next time on Bob Vila. Don't miss it.